All right, we're diving into something I know a lot of us are curious about, right? Meditation.
Yeah.
But like actually fitting it into our real lives.
Right.
And I'm not talking about building like a meditation retreat in our closets.
Yeah.
Who has time for that?
Exactly. And the good news is you don't need a complete life overhaul to make meditation, actually part of your life. We've got 5 simple tips to make it feel totally doable, maybe even enjoyable.
Okay, I am so ready. Hit me with these tips because I've tried those meditation apps and I always quit.
Yeah.
What's the first one?
The first one, and I know you've probably heard this before, but we're going to say it again. Start small.
Okay.
This is like so crucial. Think of it like trying to learn Italian by only reading a dictionary.
Right.
You wouldn't expect to be fluent overnight.
Definitely not.
So start with like a micro meditation,
Okay.
just like a single minute of focused breathing,
Mm-hmm.
maybe while you wait for your morning coffee, just like a mental warm up.
Love that. Okay, micro meditation. Yeah.
I can already feel myself getting less intimidated. Okay, that's doable, but finding a quiet space to actually do the meditating,
Yeah.
that feels impossible sometimes. My apartment can be, well, let's just say it sometimes feels like a zoo.
Oh, I hear ya.
So what do we do about that?
You and everyone else, right? I mean, everybody's dealing with something. But here's the thing. Quiet is relative.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to mean absolute silence.
Okay.
It's more about finding a space, even if it's just a corner of your room, maybe with a nice plant, where you can tune out, the most distracting choices
Yeah.
and just like create a sense of mental stillness for yourself.
Okay, so we don't need to book a one-way ticket to a silent monastery.
No, no.
That's a relief. But what about the internal noise, those racing thoughts? That's what always gets me.
Ah, yes. That's where guided meditations can be super helpful.
Okay.
They're like training wheels for your mind, right?
You can find them on apps or online, and they guide you through things like breathing exercises or visualizations, providing like structure and focus.
So instead of staring at a blank wall, wondering what I'm supposed to be doing, I can have a little coaching session right in my headphones.
Exactly. And as you explore different guided meditations, you might even discover different styles that really work for you, that resonate with you,
Yeah.
like mindfulness, where you just focus on the present moment, or loving kindness, which cultivates feelings of compassion.
Okay, so many options.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've found our relatively peaceful space, maybe even a guided meditation to follow. But what about when my mind inevitably starts to wander? Asking for a friend, of course.
Ah, the wandering mind, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally normal. In fact, if it doesn't wander, you should check your pulse, because you might not have one. Don't get discouraged, really. Meditation isn't about emptying your mind completely. That's like trying to stop the wind. It's just not happening. Instead, think of it as watching clouds drift by. You notice them, acknowledge them, but you don't have to like grab them, so you don't get swept away in them. Just watch them float on by.
Wow, that cloud analogy really resonates with me, and it makes those racing thoughts feel so much less intimidating.
It's about developing a different relationship with your thoughts, not eliminating them entirely.
Right.
And the cool thing is, even practicing this for a few minutes consistently can lead to some really positive changes.
Okay, so if even a few minutes can make a difference, how do we actually make meditation a regular thing?
Right.
Life gets busy.
Yeah. It's all about kind of like weaving it into your existing routine. Think about your day. Maybe it's 5 minutes after you wake up, during your lunch break, or even on your commute. That traffic jam, a perfect opportunity for a little mindfulness.
Oh my gosh, yes. Or even like waiting in line at the grocery store.
So-
Close my eyes for a second.
Yeah. Exactly. And as you practice, you might be surprised by how those few minutes can change your whole day. You might find you're calmer, more focused, more present.
So if meditation were like a journey, these tips are our roadmap, leading to not a perfectly empty mind,
Right.
but a kinder, more present relationship with ourselves.
Beautifully put. Think about where you feel most at peace. I love that.
Yeah.
And how you can carve out even a tiny space for yourself in your day, even if it's just for a few breaths.
Yeah.
Something to ponder.